Ready for ladies'
Yes.
night. If you're ready
Ready
for
for
ladies'
some
night out
fun.
there, pump up on that like button, guys. Show us some love.
Yes, it's all about let's take a break from everything and let's have a ladies' night. Let's come together and have that little sisterhood. We're going to have fun and we're also going to learn some amazing things. I bring in some products and 80% is what in bath and beauty products is what Pure Romance sells. That's like what most people have that misconception right there that it's all about the bedroom sexual toys, right? It's not. So then I show the products, we get to taste and smell and play and things like
Taste
that.
and smell and play. Okay.
Yeah, so it's really exciting. And then afterwards, I go into the shopping room, which is a private shopping room, and that's where the most magic happens, ladies, is I'm able to have that one-on-one with you and you're in a comfortable environment because these parties are only for females 18 plus. No men or children are allowed.
Right.
Right. So it gives you that safe, comfortable atmosphere.
Okay, so I want us to start getting a little bit into, some of the most asked questions that we've had. We actually received a couple of questions. I'm going to talk about, I got one from Jackie. They wanted to remain anonymous. I got one from Carrie and another one from Grace. So the very first question, I'm going to take the one from Jackie. She says, she complained about losing her spark in her relationship, even though she and her partner still have intimate relationships. For someone like Jackie, if they had to consult you, what would you be helping her with, and how would you help her in this situation?
Right. So first I would ask her, what is it that she really enjoyed doing that she may not, both with her partner, are not doing right now? What was something that really excited her? Um, and then I would work from there. Sometimes we've been in a relationship for a long time, it becomes stagnant. We just need to bring back some spontaneity, right? We need some spontaneous action. So there's a one thing I can talk about is communication. And one of the number one things I could suggest for that relationship and just for any relationship, honesty, is when communication seems to be going down, or maybe you feel like you're communicating, maybe the other partner is not understanding, is the hot date night game. It breaks that
Hot date
communication
night.
barrier down. Yes, breaks the barriers down, and it's got 4 decks. It has a hot talk, so that's that communication. But communication is going to develop throughout the whole complex of all 4 decks.
Oh, I'm so sorry about that.
That's okay.
Yes, yes. Sorry. Go ahead.
But yes, I would most definitely have a private consultation with her, and we'll dive more deep into those. But with the little bit of information that I have, I would say start out with hot date night game.
Hmm. So, guys, are you guys listening to all of these? I see the guys watching from Finland. Hey, guys, let me know where you're watching from, and of course, send in some love for our guest Ashley Joanne. I need to see those hearts popping like crazy, especially from the guys. When girls are here talking about stuffs to make you guys feel happy, because I know you guys are the happiest in this thing. We know that you guys enjoy more than us. So let's pump those hearts, okay, guys? Let's pump those hearts and make our guests feel comfortable and at home. So let's take this question from Kara. She says, hi, Ashley. I really want to try new things with my husband, like gadgets, creams, and all of that. But I fear that he will accuse me of, you know, being unfaithful and stuff like that. What do you have to say about something like that?
I would say, hey, first, you know what you like. So many women out there don't even know what it is that they like. So they're not able to discuss that with their partner. Tell your partner, open up to him, just sit down and ask him. Maybe start it out with him and ask him, say, hey, are there some things that you would like to introduce into the bedroom? Start it out with him and see what suggestions he has. And then it can build up from there.
Okay. Well, Kara, I know that she's watching right now and she just wanted us to keep her identity hidden and stuff like that. So Grace says that she enjoys watching adult movies. I'm not going to call the actual name. You all know what I'm talking about. And touching herself, but doesn't know if she can openly talk about it with her partner without him judging her. She's single for a while. Um, she's a Christian, and not being able to have sexual relationships before marriage, she became very attached to that kind of lifestyle. Today she's married, but she misses that, and she doesn't know how to talk to her husband about it. And how would you suggest that she goes about that situation?
Yes, and as I had mentioned before, open communication is so important. Your partner does care, okay? They want to make sure that you're being pleased in the bedroom as well. So when you're having this conversation, ask them if this way is like, hey, how would you like to join me on watching a film? See what their reaction is. Maybe they'll be like, oh, they may feel like this. And if not, you'll have that communication where you'll be able to open up. You'll know where to go with it from there. But yes, I am so glad that you are able to find that outlet, because masturbation is important, girlfriend. It's all
Oh my
about,
God, guys, did you hear that?
yes,
Okay, yeah.
yes, it is
Um,
for your sexual health, girlfriend. It is very important.
And so for adult movies, the part of adult movies as well, because she'd gotten used to that before she ever got married. She said that was the only way that she could feel good, um, being a Christian, not wanting to do the don'ts before marriage and all that. But now she still misses that. So I guess she's just going to have to muster the courage and talk to her partner about it and hope that he doesn't scream, like he doesn't get a panic attack, because that could make somebody go crazy. And I would say that because it's still a taboo topic today.
Yes.
So I'm talking about taboos. What are some of the taboo topics that you've had? Maybe people that come to you for consultation bring to you.
Well, just for the simple fact of women speaking open about their sexuality. It's pretty much a norm for men, right? To just be open and out there, and masturbation is for them. But hey, it's for us ladies too, okay? They don't get to take all the spotlight on everything. Us ladies, we're pretty freaking magical. Our clitoris has 8,000 nerve endings, okay? The male's penis has only got about 4,000. So that should tell you something right there.
Okay. Alrighty. So the next question is a little, I don't know how to say it, guys. It's kind of a little heavy for me to say, but Michelle, she says that she likes to do it from behind, because she was with somebody before the person she's with now, who introduced her to it, and she really, really liked it. And today, she doesn't know if her partner is going to be open to exploring things like that. Ooh, okay. So,
Well, hey, I'm excited about this one because again,
you are
she
excited
knows.
about this one. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yes,
Tell us more.
she she knows exactly what she likes. So right there is like, yes, girl, you going with your bad self. Okay, so anal sex. Some people may like, ugh, do not yuck somebody's yum, ladies, okay, or men. So the let's say it's roughly around 40% of women have tried anal, and out of that 40%, 90% of them have had an orgasm. All right. Because there's
Okay.
lots of nerve endings right there around the anus, on the perineum, and also when you introduce a toy. So she may want to introduce a anal plug that has a vibrator in it. Oh my gosh.
Oh
I'm
my
talking about
gosh.
amazing. When you
Okay.
insert that, there's going to be what you call shock waves, and it just
Okay.
vibrates, sends these shock wave vibrations all the way through the woman complex. So she knows what she likes. And what I would say is say, your man wants, or your partner wants to please you. So when you're in the bedroom, before you even go into having your intimacy, or maybe you're in the process of touching and feeling, just say, hey, would you like to try this? Or have you ever thought of doing this? Also, the hot date night game is awesome for that because it helps bring open instead of maybe you don't want to necessarily ask the question, right? Get you some of these cards, put them in order, and be like, hey, draw a card, right? And then I'll open that conversation for you.
Ooh, it's getting hot in here. Oh my guys, turn off the heat, guys. Turn off the heat. Pump in this love. Let's see the love pumping out. I see my guys more active. What is wrong with the ladies? Where are all the ladies in this house? Like, I don't know. Are you guys shy to talk about some of the things that you experience for fear that maybe hubby or honey or just your special other is watching? But it's so important because um a lot of relationships today, divorces, you heard my opening statement. um a whole lot of relationships and marriages are going down the drain today because of the lack of intimacy in that relationship. It is so important. Like they always say, somebody that's satisfied sexually is usually a happier, more productive person. So let's talk about let's get deep into the crux of the matter. So we're getting into the intimacy itself. How would you define intimacy?
Intimacy is a connection with your partner. And one of the things is they think, oh, when I'm starting to be intimate with my partner, we have to have sexual intercourse. We have to have an orgasm. That's not what it's about. It really isn't. That's not what it's about. And if you're focusing on that, it's going to make things kind of damper on the situation, on the relationship. It's about that touching and feeling. That's where bondage kind of comes in, is because that's all about the senses. So let's just say, hey, you cover your eyes. You're going to hear things, every little whisper. You're going to feel every little caress. You're going to taste things that are introduced into the bedroom more, and you're going to smell all the wonderful fragrances. So, yes, don't worry, don't get hooked up on all about sexual intercourse, orgasm. It's about that connection with your partner. It's one of the most magical things you can experience with another person.
How would you say, maybe what are some of the tips? We will definitely get to that part of, the little things that you can introduce to stir up that pep, especially in a relationship that's struggling, going through a difficult phase and all that. But then let's say if you were thinking about, getting intimate with your partner, do you just jump on them? Like I was watching this video from a friend of mine. She is an influencer as well. She was talking about the fact that this lady was coming back from work. She's a nurse. She's worked all night. She was so tired. And she's trying to send a signal to her partner. I don't want it. I don't want to go down that route. I don't want any intimacy right now. I'm tired. I want to go to bed. And by the time she just gets home, she throws her bag. By the time she gets into the room, the husband just takes everything off and just jumps into the bed. Is that the right approach? To a shout out to Mama Talaku, because I got that story from watching her. She said, you just see something, pointing at you and you're like, God, I don't want this right now. So what are some of the things that, people can do so that that relationship, that experience can be even more juicier and more enjoyable?
Yes.
Yes.
Right there, I would say communication again.
Mhm.
Instead of sending signals, you just say, hey, I'm not in the mood today. I've worked, I've had a long day.
Whoa.
Also, it's a little bit different for females as well as it is for men, because men, they're kind of visual and they are kind of, let's jump right to it, right? Us
Yes.
ladies, we need a little bit more foreplay, and foreplay starts in the morning for us. Just waking up saying good morning, beautiful, because ours is all
Ooh.
mental. We like to prepare, we like to feel good by putting the lotions on and everything. Sometimes just shaving our legs, are one of the things that kind of just boost us into the moment. Lingerie. There's a misconception about lingerie as being for visually appealing for the male. Okay, he's visually appealing, right? Lingerie, you put that on, it's for you, girlfriend, to be like, ooh, I'm sexy. You check yourself out in the mirror, okay? You are the one that you are to please first.
Yes. Okay, guys. So, hey, don't just pop in on your partner just because you feel like doing something. Always think that they too want to enjoy that experience. And if the person is not in the mood, just let them pass. Bienvenue, Claude Songe. And thank you all for tuning in. Share the video. This is a sexual education broadcast. Basically, we're trying to educate ourselves and trying to see how we can help those relationships that are struggling, maybe because of the lack of enough intimacy. And our guest in the house today is a senior sexual health and wellness specialist, Ashley Joanne Hennessee. Thank you so much once again for accepting to be our guest today.
Yes.
Alrighty, so let's talk about let's talk about you and me. Let's talk about all the good things, all the bad things. Yes, let's get down to business, guys. Pump those likes, guys. Pump those hearts. Because before we even get to talking about this part, if I don't see those likes on, we're just turning off everything right now. I mean, you guys are not acting as if you're enjoying this thing, but I know you're enjoying it. I know you're enjoying it. And share. Pumping those likes, guys. Pumping the love and the likes. Let's see, pumping. Alrighty, so we have a few things that we want to, from an expert standpoint, bonding, sharing, foreplay, the act, gadgets. I want us to touch a little bit on each of these different things and, how important they are. Um, I was listening to this podcast someday, and the lady in question was talking about stimulating the mind. They actually had, they had something planned for like Wednesday, and they started stimulating each other's minds on Monday in preparation for that. So let's talk about all of those things, those little things that you need to put together to make it work. Um, Bonding, sharing the kind of things that you need to share with each other. Um, the kind of things that you need to do to make sure that that foreplay is actually foreplay, because some people may not understand what foreplay is all about. So let's get deep into that.
Yes. So foreplay is not about the touching. Some people think, oh, that's what I'm doing right before I have sexual intercourse. No, it's not. Like you had said, that they started preparing on Monday. Well, they're getting excited. Maybe they're sending each other little love notes, right? It's like,
Okay.
oh, I can't wait to take
Love
this
notes, guys.
action on Wednesday. It's something, it's just building up that anticipation. You have something you're looking forward to, and scheduling dates are actually a good thing because you have something to look forward to. You have that excitement, right? So that is an amazing thing to do to build that foreplay, and especially for us ladies too. And men, they like to look forward to something as well. So that's an excellent example there, Gwendolyn. So when you get there, though, let's say, hey, for women, lubrication is a must. Now, I'm going to say this over and over and over. It
Yes,
is
I
a
like that.
must.
And I want us to stress on that. For women, lubrication is a must. I see Edith Delight, who is a skin specialist. She just tuned in and she does amazing work with helping women feel beautiful on the inside to the outside, or from the outside to the inside, basically. So I'm sure that she understands that, because she's had to deal with women and all of those things, like having, being afraid that, oh, my body is so imperfect. I don't know how to feel free with my partner or not. But we're going to talk about that in a little bit. So we were talking about that foreplay and how it leads to the act and how we can make that relationship, that experience juicy enough.
Yes. So I'm going to say every lady needs a bedside bestie, and that's a lubricant. Now, this is not just for ladies who feel like they don't produce enough lubricant or maybe have vaginal dryness, which is very common, ladies. Okay. But antihistamines, if they dry you up here, they're going to dry you up down there. Okay. Certain types of medication, breastfeeding, pregnancy, so many different things, stress, smoking can interfere with our natural production of lubricant. So you would love, yes, most definitely introduce a water-based pH balanced lubricant when you're about to have intercourse. Now, it's not just for internally, the vagina is on the inside. Okay, here's what I'm going to show you. The vagina is on the inside. Everything on the outside is called your vulva. That's your clitoris and the labius. So you want to put the lubricant on the inside and also on the outside. This is going to help things glide easier. It's going to be more comfortable, enjoyable, and your chances of hitting a big O are even higher.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So guys, for that foreplay, it's not just all about touching very fast because you want to just go in there and do your stuff and be out. Because that's what a lot of guys do. You know, they just focus on themselves without really thinking about the woman. And I think that that's what drives a lot of women crazy. You know, at the end of the day, they're like, man, I don't know what to even like about this thing because I never really got the experience, you know, to enjoy anything in that way. Alrighty, so the act, and all of the things that get into making the act enjoyable. You've talked about, you know, bonding, you've talked about sharing little love notes to kind of pep things up throughout the day or scheduling, you know, a date night or something like that. You've talked about foreplay, you've talked about the use of, you know, lubricants because some women are naturally dry. And I have had instances where I've heard, you know, maybe just talking with my girlfriends, they would be like, "Do you know my man just got upset because he thought I wasn't ready because I wasn't wet." You know, and without understanding that sometimes there are women who, you know, there are people who are dry. If you notice that and if you actually love your partner, you definitely want to do something about it. And I guess that's where the lubricants come in, right?
Yes, it's fantastic. And also, lubricants that are water-based can be used every day for a lady who may suffer vaginal dryness. It's going to because your vagina needs a moist environment, right? So there you go.
Okay, so wow. Guys, this is a hot topic. I'm already feeling the heat. It's so cold outside, but I don't even feel it right now because we're driving into the juicy stuff. And if you're liking it, please pump up the love. Pump up the love and share the video so we can have more people joining. Hmm. So, uh, we talked about the act, and I wanted us to talk about is it just the penetration that is considered sexual intimacy, or is there something else? Or is there more to that? Because some people think that's it. You just hit it in, you discharge, and you're done. Is that all it is?
No, most definitely not for us ladies. I can tell you that. uh,
Okay.
like I had said before, about 70 to 80% of women either want or need clitoral stimulation. That's on the outside, remember. We all don't need vaginal penetration. There are over 12 different types of orgasms. One are nipple orgasms. Some ladies and men can have straight up nipple orgasm. I'm a little jelly if you can, but hey, all for it. That's where other types of lubricants and edibles and things like that come in. But yes, intercourse is not all about that. Intimacy in general is not all about having that intercourse, because all the nice rubbing and touching and being physically intimate is feeling each other's body, caressing, feeling every bit of those curves on your love is just massages are a great way to do that.
I like how you're touching on all those points, and the smile on your face is it's beyond everything. So, I'd like us to talk about a few types of. You've talked about the nipple orgasm, and what other types do we know? Because a lot of people just think that that's it, you know. And we will definitely talk about the fact that some people may never have experienced the big O. You know, a lot of women, especially, don't know what the big O is. For guys, I mean, they're always there, they always get to the big O. But for ladies, what are some of the things that we can do to stimulate that? So let's talk about some other types of orgasms, and then maybe how different people experience it.
Yes. And we've touched base on some of those. That was the clitoral orgasm. There's the G spot. There's vaginal penetration. There's anal. There's nipple. There's so many different varieties. And the way to understand which one's for you, because you can have multiple, it's not just one, you can have multiple different types of orgasms, is to explore your own body, ladies. One of the most amazing things is knowing your own body, then you're able to tell your partner, hey, this feels amazing to me, and your partner wants to please you. So do that. That's one of the amazing things I say. Masturbate, girlfriend. Find those spots.
Find those spots, guys. Oh my God. So, yes. Uh-huh. And so, about toys now.
Mhm.
Talking about toys. What are the different types of toys that exist, and how can couples use them to enhance their relationship?
Yes, so there are several different types of toys. You're going to have bullets, which are more or less for clitoral stimulation, nipple, or anything else, the perineum. There are vaginal vibrators. There's dual vibrators, and now those are going to be both stimulating the clitoris and vaginally penetration. There's anal. So, I mean, they're universal. And then there's also C rings. And there's a misconception of what C stands for in C rings. It's constriction. So, if you want your male partner to last a little longer so you can get yours, you slip on his little ring, put a ring on it, girlfriend.
Oh my
And it's going
God.
to constrict his penis to where he can last longer, but he's also going to feel those amazing vibrations all around the shaft. And you're going to have that amazing sensation on your clitoris. So, yeah.
Alrighty. So, what are some of the practical oh no. Before we get to that, um let's talk about the fact that a lot of people have not been able to experience the big O. Um is it supposed to happen all the time, or doesn't it matter?
No, it's not supposed to happen at all.
Oh,
And
really?
that's, yes, I wouldn't say, because sometimes that's why you don't even experience the orgasm, is because we're focused on the orgasm. Don't focus on that. Being with your partner, and now see, if you want to focus on the orgasm, first you want to feel of yourself. So let's just start with yourself first. Let's not worry about your partner. Let's worry about yourself. When I was talking about masturbating and stuff, is you're finding all these spots that feel amazing. You don't have to actually have an orgasm to feel amazing, right? That's the point. And then you're able to work in these other places, and then the intensity builds. When you're focused on one thing, you're kind of dampening all the other senses. It's putting a damper on what you're trying to actually do, and that's enjoy. Enjoy yourself, enjoy your partner.
Alrighty, so a lot of people have sent in questions about not being able to know exactly where the G spot is, and how it can help their intimate relationship with their partner. Can you, I don't know how easy or difficult it's going to be for you to explain that, but just try.
Okay, so the G spot, here's my little, I call it the where let me go this way. Here we go. So this is the clitoris and here's the labia. You're going to go about 2 to 3 inches and you're going to rub upward. Okay. So if you're doing this, you're going to do that come hither, right? So it's actually right here's your clitoris. Just about 2 to 3 inches behind your clitoris is where your G spot's going to be found. Now, if you're not able to find it, there are lubricants out there that can be inserted, and it helps bring that blood flow and that circulation. It'll swell up. You may even be able to experience your first G spot orgasm.
Oh my
Yes.
God. Okay. So I hope that you guys are taking notes. So I hope that you're sharing this video, because a lot of us, a lot of people out here, people in relationships and overnight, they're experiencing a lot of difficulties. And you have had cases. Yesterday when we talked on the phone, you told me about a couple or a lady that you helped. who actually got pregnant after consulting with you. Just because for years she had been trying to get pregnant and didn't know that, it was related to her psychology and just decluttering and all or whatnot. Tell us about that experience and how can it help people who are watching us right now?
Yes. Now I don't take the honor of saying that it was me, but she had reached out to me, and actually, there's been several ladies that have been trying to become pregnant. But I thought it was very interesting that they all each said, Ashley, you helped us to be able to explore ourselves. We were able to be ourselves and to know ourselves, and now we're comfortable in the bedroom. And I think what it was is it took a little bit of stress off, is that they were focusing on that one thing. Because as us women, most of us, we just absolutely are like, we want to create that life, right? So we get focused on that, and it's very, very touching. It really is. It makes me want to cry, because they were able to stop and let the stress down and to actually love themselves. And that's where it starts, is loving yourself.
Okay, wow. Okay, so I'd like us to take that short video again, and then Taj, can you put up that screenshot that I sent you, because I wanted us to kind of like just look at it from an expert standpoint and then actually give us some feedback on that. And so it says, based on a study published in the journal Social, Psychological, and Personal Science, based on data collected from surveys of more than 30,000 Americans over a period of 40 years, showed that married couples had, intimacy at least once every week, enjoyed greater happiness in their relationship than those who did not. So, although more frequent intimacy is associated with greater happiness, this link was no longer significant at a frequency of more than once a week. So, this brings me, thank you so much, Taj, for that. Okay, so this brings me to the next question. What is the frequency, the right frequency for a couple to have that intimate relationship? What is the best frequency?
It's going to vary a little bit, but I would say at least twice a week.
Twice a week.
Yeah, I would say
Okay.
twice a week. Now, that doesn't mean that you're actually having physical intimacy with your partner, because maybe you can masturbate and things like that. You can, there's things that, like right now, we're all kind of still stuck in, right? We're trapped in our houses, but some of us are separated from each other. And what I mean by masturbation is your partner can call you. You're going to have that intimacy virtually, right? Doesn't that sound exciting? And you're building up that anticipation too. So even if your partner's long distance, you're going to keep that connection, that intimacy with them.
So I just got this question right now. Oh my gosh, in my inbox from Joelle. She says that she has been in a long distance relationship with her partner for a while, but whenever they finally did the deed, she didn't enjoy it. She's disappointed and she doesn't know what to do.
That's that excitement. So she had this virtual long distance relationship, right? It's a little bit different when you actually have the physical person there. So maybe you have to kind of start it out a little slow. Bring out your phone, send each other a little text message, because your mind has been set to where it's only been virtual. But also make sure you're opening up to the partner that you're with. And maybe they felt a little strange too. Let's slow it down, bring it back. Let's go at this at a different angle.
Alrighty, so I hope that Joelle is listening, because I think that if she didn't want to send this message online and she preferred to send that inbox to me, it's because she doesn't want people to link that up, because we have weird people out here. They'll go clicking on her page and start asking crazy questions. So I do understand that. I'm so sorry. Give me a minute.
I'm not allowed to eat in my room.
So sorry. Alrighty. So now, this question is a question that kind of like points fingers to guys, and I know a lot of guys don't like to hear about it, but women do have concerns about that, and a lot of people have been asking questions about that. So, um, this I'm not going to call the name because I don't know which name to put on this one now, but she says that she wanted to find out if the size matters. So the size of the man's, you know,
Penis.
I'm kind of
No,
stuck. I don't know the words to use
it,
here.
his penis. No, it does not matter.
Does the
It does
size
not
equals
matter.
more enjoyment? Because a lot of people like it bigger, some people like it medium, some people like it small. What can you say about that, and how can you help people? Like, how can people and couples be content with what they have and make the best out of it?
Yes. Now, I will say that everybody has their preference, right? But it actually doesn't matter on the size. As long as your partner is willing to really explore and make things more enjoyable for you. And that's one of those things you can bring in, those bedroom accessories, those little buzz toys. They're absolutely amazing. They're fun to introduce. And I'm just saying, it's going to bring a new and heightened experience in your bedroom. So definitely try it. But speak with your partner and see what types of things that you would enjoy. So that's about my suggestions on that. But yeah, size does not matter.
Okay, so I'm gonna have us take that little video. Touch, can you play that little video? It was a teaser that we played right before the show. And when we come back, I would like you to give us 5 tips, like your favorite all-time tips on how to steam things up in a relationship. So let's take that little teaser, Taj. And alrighty, so I really would like for those who are watching right now to send in their questions and concerns to our guest who is here. A lot of you are just enjoying and saying I'm enjoying, I'm having a good time, but do you have any concerns, any questions that you would like Ashley to answer for you? I know it's a little embarrassing because no matter how much the world is evolving, people still consider this subject taboo. Yeah, let's talk about your favorite, the tips that have worked all the time. 5 best tips on how to steam up things in
Okay.
a relationship.
Okay, so first, when we speak of a relationship, we automatically more or less probably think about our partner. We need to start with ourselves first. So, self acceptance, self love. All right, you're going to make sure you have that self love. The next one is communication, that open communication with your partner, and also that partner's speaking open with you. All right, lubrication. Make sure you have a lubrication. And I would also say that last but not least, no pressure. Quit putting so much pressure on yourself or on your partner when it comes to the bedroom. Just truly enjoy each other's company, because that's where the magic is enjoying each other. That's that connection. It's going to last forever.
Alrighty. So now I'm gonna ask you just your experience with the different clients, the different people that have had to come to you for help. What would you say is your the most proud experience that you've had from helping people with help improving their intimacy and all whatnot?
Um, Honestly, because everything's always confidential and things like that, but I think the most amazing thing that has touched me are ladies are it's kind of hard to talk about. It's a little bit of emotional. Some of us still don't feel comfortable speaking with our gynecologist or our OBGYN. but we somehow find comfort in speaking with a stranger. And I'm like that stranger, right? So they open up to me, and it's odd that we can, but they find something where they feel they can. And it means it touches me in my heart.
Yeah.
And we're able to find these relations within ourselves. Uh, and it can be so many different types of things. And it doesn't have to be anything like serious to something small, but it's the actual thing that the lady's coming to me and she's opening up about her body, and she's like, is there anything you can do to help me? And honestly, the only thing I do is to revert that back to you in your mind. What is it that you are needing? What is it that um you desire? What are your goals? What are your dreams? Let's get back to those roots of you. Okay, and then let's build up from there. So just seeing that is probably the most touching for me. And I'm just trying not to cry because, like I said, some of these things are very confidential and I just don't really want to go into too much details with those. But it's that right there. They're building themselves up.
All righty. So, have you had any, confrontations with, some of your clients? Because I know that it's never a bed of roses, especially when you're dealing with helping people. Have you ever helped somebody and it turned against you?
Um, Honestly, no, because I am open with them that, hey, let's discuss what things that you feel that you are needing and wanting in your relationship. I'm just more or less like this guide. I'm going to help try to guide you into what you are wanting and liking. And no, I haven't had any negative connotation or anything like that whatsoever. If ladies have any issues with anything, they still reach out to me and they know I'm there for them.
That's amazing. Well, now I'm going to open the floor to getting a few questions from our viewers, which I know have a lot more questions than what I see on here. But we're going to just jump in and take the ones that are here. Um, I'm going to go with this one from JTD Ranu, who is a faithful viewer of the program. He's one of our top fans here. He says, is masturbation also good for men? If yes, how? And if no, why? That's a three-headed question. So I guess it's three in
Yes,
one. What do you have to
masturbation.
say?
Yes, masturbation for men is crucial too. It's for your health, because men, they tend to build up the semen, okay, and they need the physical release. So then when you're able to do it, so not only does it feel good, but you're also doing something for your sexual health. So yes, masturbation is very good for you.
So he was asking how, if yes, it is good for you. So JTD Rani, yes, it is good for you. So how can they, I guess that's the question. The next question leading to that is, how can a man do that?
So how can a man masturbate? Well, there are
Yes.
different things. You can use your hand, or you can use different types of toys. There's masturbation sleeves and different types of things, but you most definitely want to use a lubricant as well when you're doing those because your skin is also sensitive on the shaft and on the penis. So you want to make sure that you're protecting it too.
Hey, so I hope that your question has been answered. JTD Ranui, the heat is on this program. Let's take this question from our Aimee Bright, who is watching us from Douala, Cameroon. She says, does it really matter if the woman is too open down there? Can it really discourage her partner? She's asking on behalf of someone who is watching with her, but who is not courageous enough to ask the question. So, what do you have to say about that?
Okay, so first I would have to ask her, do you feel like you're too open down there?
I
Has
guess
your
that's what
partner,
the person feels.
yeah,
Yeah.
you feel that way? And if your partner said something about it. Now, there are things out there that you can do because, as I was speaking about masturbation, when you have the orgasm, it contracts those muscles and it helps bring things back and tighter. So the more you masturbate, the tighter things are going to get there. Now, there are certain types of creams out there that is great for it's kind of like,
Tightening.
yes, it's a tightening cream. but that's a superficial fix. Okay, so you really want to do Kegel exercises. Absolutely amazing for that, and that is tightening the muscles, the PC muscle, and in down there, and that not only helps to bring things tighter, but it helps hold all of the woman's uterus, her bladder. It holds it's like a little hammock swing. So when you're tightening that up, you're actually helping everything down there, and it helps keeps our stuff in as well, so we don't have uterine prolapse.
All righty. So I guess that question is answered. Wow. Ooh, 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 ooh. So we're getting very close to the end of this session. Ashley, I'm just really happy that you made out the time to be here. It's so amazing. You've been touching on a lot of points, which I think would help people, a lot of people who are watching us out there. I know, like I said, it's a taboo topic. A lot of people would not feel comfortable to, come ask their questions. But we're glad that a few people could send in their questions, and some of them put up their questions on here. So if you could help people just make the world a better place with what you do, what would you do?
First, let me say, I believe it was Jay Teddy. He just said it's all in the mind. Most definitely. What we say.
Oh, JTD. Have been noticed yet?
Yes. What we constantly put into our minds and repeat to ourselves, that's what we're putting out, right? If we constantly feel this way, you've got to change your mindset, ladies. You've got to change your mindset, guys. So what could I do to change the world? Or what would I like to do?
Yeah, just with your skills, with your experience as a sexual health specialist and wellness coach.
Would just say that for women to, and I speak about women, but this is for you men too, is to truly love yourselves, is to find your spark, your passion first, and be able to share that with every other person that you meet. And I don't mean that as in a sexual nature. I mean that as in your own true self. I think that's what it comes down to, because then you feel beautiful, you feel confident. There's that exciting, positive vibes being put out and also being received.
Alrighty, so we have this question that just came in from Gangu, who is asking, is it good for a woman to cry during intimacy, whereas she is actually not feeling any excitement?
Oh my.
I guess
So
what the question is, I don't know if is it, I don't know. I don't get the question. Did you understand that question? Like, maybe, is it okay for a woman to fake it? That's how I'm getting it. Like, some women pretend to enjoy the act, whereas they are not enjoying the act. So I'm thinking that that's the question. Just correct me if I'm wrong. Have you had situations like that, and how would you advise somebody in that case?
well, I will say first and foremost, never fake it. Never fake it. If you're not enjoying it, don't do it. Find the or move and turn to the different situations to where you can enjoy it. Why are you just there then? What's the point? And don't say, oh, I'm just trying to please my partner. This is a moment for both of you to please each other. And if one's not being pleased, then don't do it. And second of all, I'm reading her comment, and for some reason, I feel like maybe she's saying that she has had love making and she may have cried because either it didn't feel good, it was painful. Stop. Sexual intercourse should not be painful, okay? Ever. If it hurts, stop and try something else. Make sure you're using your lubricant, because that could honestly be change the world for us ladies. But sexual intercourse should never hurt.
And please don't fake it. If you don't like it, say something to your partner. Okay. That's the best way to fix things. All righty. So now what about people maybe who want to have a consultation with you, or just get in contact with, purchase some of those gadgets? What are some of your best go-to gadgets you're going to advise people to get? people who are actually having difficulties in their relationships?
So when it comes to consultations, because each of us are all different, so I couldn't say, oh, you want this to go get this little bedroom accessory. It's going to be the most amazing for you. That's where the consultation comes in, because each of us are individual and unique, and we all have different types of relationships that we want to introduce certain things. But yes, I have a website. I have consultations through private message, text messaging. You can contact me through my website. It's so many different ways to contact me, but honestly, it's the one-on-one consultation that sometimes can either just be through text messaging, which I prefer a face-to-face. Honestly, it's because I'm able to see you and you're able to see me. But I know that sometimes that's just not possible. And then also phone calls. We really want to dive in and see what is it that you want to experience, and let's work from there.
Okay. Alrighty. So as we draw near, we have basically our 2 minutes to wrap up. If you had an advice to give to those who are watching right now and who are experiencing a difficulty and don't know how to to fix things, um, what would you say would be your absolute trick? If they don't know how to communicate with each other anymore, if they've lost it, what can they do to still save that relationship and bring it back to steam?
Well, the first thing is communication. I know that sometimes it's just hard to do that. Maybe we feel like things have become stagnant. We don't know who we're speaking to anymore, right? Um, what are the love language? Have you seen that? What are the love languages? There are 5 different love languages. Um, and I would be honored to drop that with Gwendoline later uh, about that. Look into that, read it, and find out what your love language is. There's a little quiz you can take. Find out what your partner's love language is. Because if you're truly wanting to make this relationship work, both you and your partner are going to find ways to make it work.
Yes. So, love languages. I've never even personally heard about that myself. So, that is the very first time I'm hearing about love languages. So, maybe would you want to tell us one or two of those love languages, just so
Yes,
that we have an idea? And, guys, I'm going to be adding that to the page. Ashley will be giving us a little bit more insights about that. And if you want to have a consultation, yes, do feel free to connect with her on Facebook and talk to her. So one or two of those love languages, just so we can have an idea of what exactly this is.
Okay. One is gift giving. Some people's love language is gift giving. They love to receive gifts, and that's how they feel that they are loved.
They
There's
open
also,
up.
yes, and there's also quality time,
Mhm.
spending quality time with the person. And sometimes, you're going to have your main love language, and you may be what they call a dual love language. There could be 2 things, which would be great, because then it means that your partner can either choose one or the other to do for you today. So your love tank is full, right? So it's really, really awesome. And I'll throw another one out there as acts of service. Acts of service. And that could be just, for instance, a person comes home and normally they're the ones that have to take the trash out, right? But maybe,
Oh,
yeah, your partner has already went out there, took the trash out, so you're coming home after a long day of work and you're like, oh, they put the trash out for me, I don't have to do it
oh,
today.
he made me breakfast.
Yeah, should have made you breakfast.
Yes. So thank you all for tuning in, guys. I just really want to say thank you to all of you. I see Benny Bensler. That's my brother watching all the way from Dubai. A Benny Armstrong, who is one of our artists here on Gwendy Media TV. He's right here. Jay Teddy says that you deserve a medal, Ashley.
Oh,
I want to give you hugs for all the information, because a lot of people don't understand, but sexual education is so vital. There are people who are getting
yes.
depressed out here, relationships that are getting broken, people that are becoming sadists, they're becoming a very dark version of themselves. Of course, they always say that anybody that is starved is angry, right? It's just like An angry man, a hungry man is an angry man. So somebody that lacks that, obviously it translates to somebody that's just angry all the time, you know. And so, just like Ashley said, try to understand the love languages. I think that out of all of the things that we've learned today from this conversation, that is one of my favorite things. I wish we had more time to talk about those love languages, because I know a lot of people will benefit from that. So I think you mentioned three of them. You talked about gifting. Some people like to receive gifts. That kind of stimulates them and makes them feel really good. Some people just like you to do service, like do things around the house and chores and all whatnot. And I know that a lot of guys, especially, that's a trick they use on us. Like when they want to when they want to get something, they start making you understand. Like you just see them doing things around the house and you understand there's a game behind this thing. It's not empty. We know you guys. So yes, you want to know more about all of that, those love languages and all whatnot, please connect with Ashley Joanne. She is open. She is a sexual health uh, therapist, guys. She's going to help you bring back that steam in your relationship. So on the program today, we talked about a whole lot of things. We talked about communication, more communication, and even more communication. It is the key to everything. No matter what it is that you're going through, we saw those questions that people sent in, people who want to introduce gadgets into their relationships, but they don't know how to do that. People who like to do it from behind, people who like, listen, these are things that you can all talk about in your couple, in your, just talk about it with your partner and see where it goes. So in conclusion, Ashley, what would you like to just that one last word, just to tell anybody who is still struggling, just having the most difficult time in their relationship right now with this, with intimacy and all of that?
I would say dive deep into yourself. Dive deep into yourself, find yourself, and love yourself. That's where it's all
Yes.
going to start.
Thank you so much, Ashley, for an amazing 1 hour. This conversation was great. Guys, if you enjoyed this conversation, I want to see you pumping some hearts for Ashley. I know that you guys had a wonderful time, and I know that you all were taking notes, obviously, for those who are watching live and for those who are going to join us later. We hope that you do really find certain things that we talked about and make them. Put them into use and see how it can help your relationship grow better. All right, Ashley, I'm going to say thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
Um,
Gwendolyn.
yes, and we definitely, keep in touch and keep doing the wonderful work that you're doing, empowering communities with sexual education and wellness education, because a lot of people, they don't look at it that way, but it is empowerment. It is education. Thank you so much for that.
Yes, thank you.
All righty. So, all the best and have a wonderful rest of your day. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So there we go. It was 1 hour, beautiful conversation with Ashley Joanne Hennessee, who is a senior sexual health and wellness therapist consultant. And with her, we were talking about how to bring back the steam, how to bring back the pep in your relationship. We talked about a lot of different things. We talked about communication, which is one of the most important things in every relationship. We talked about gadgets. We talked about, just learning to know your partner a little bit more, learning to know about the things that they love and appreciate. And then finally, we talked about my favorite of all time, understanding the love language of your partner. Now, if you want to know more about understanding the love language of your partner, connect with Ashley Joanne on her Facebook and book a private session with her. Just ask her questions. I think she's ready to answer questions. And you can also send in questions to Gwendy Media just let us know what you're expecting. Alrighty, so it's a wrap on today's edition. On Saturday, our guest is DJ Flex. He is an amazing DJ out here. He's a Cameroonian DJ. He is an IT guru, but during his leisure, he is a DJ. He is out there in Minnesota. And with him, we're going to be talking all about music, especially Cameroonian music, and how, it has changed over the generations, and, what Cameroonian artists can do to keep that steam up and continue producing good music for us. So you do not want to miss out on that program. I want to thank all of you for tuning in and for being so amazing as always. We're gonna leave you right now, guys. Keep tuning in. For those who are not subscribed to this channel, if you do like our content, this is a channel where we bring you in entertainment and educative programs, and especially stories, our own stories, to inspire, empower, uplift, and educate the community. So if that's something that you would like to know more about, maybe it would be good for you to click on that subscribe button. If you're watching us on YouTube, make sure to turn on the notification bell. And on Facebook, make sure you're following us and participate on our activities. Every Mondays, we do have Motivation Mondays. On Wednesday, we're introducing something new on our platform, especially on Facebook. We're going to have Instagram Wednesdays, whereby we invite all of you to come in and share your links as a means of communicating and networking with each other. And we're encouraging people to follow each other and see what they do and encourage them as well. And on Fridays, we are going to have Business Fridays. So on Fridays on our page, we are going to be giving an opportunity for some business people to talk about their businesses. All right. And the only way that we'll be able to choose your business to showcase or profile is if we see that your activities on our page is constant. You need to participate on our page regularly on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, and especially on YouTube. So just make sure for that. So if you want your business to be promoted here, do send us an email to gwendymedia@gmail.com. Like I said, we're introducing 3 new segments on our page. That will just be on the page. Monday is going to be Motivation Mondays. Wednesdays will be Instagram Wednesdays. So you can come and share your Instagram page and connect and follow and all of that. And on Fridays is going to be Business Fridays. Okay, guys? So let's connect a little bit more. You will be seeing Ibeni Armstrong on this channel pretty soon. I know you all have been asking, especially after that amazing song that he, that amazing song that he did with Mr. Leo. I'm just trying to check on our timeline here to see if we have that song, Kumba Fine. So if you guys do not know about the song, maybe you might want to just, enjoy a little piece of it. I don't know if we have it on here, but maybe we're going to have it on next week. All right, guys, I'm going to leave you. Have a wonderful day. Do take care of yourselves and each other. Remember, you can be the change that you seek. Take care of yourselves. God bless you. Mwah.